Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna, and I am playing along with a new series, the Reindeer Games, a 12 Days of Christmas Challenge, and that is with Creative Chaos in Tennessee. Shannon, and today's reindeer game is Capture the Flag up on the housetop, and the prompt is to use metal and do a layout about home. And I will have Shannon's Facebook group listed below where you can go and check out the game for today. So I am starting off with photos of, we had new flooring put in our house. I believe this was in July of this year. And it was quite the disruption to our family. We not only had the basement, the finished part of the basement with flooring, but we also did the top level of the house and the master bedroom. So this is pictures of all, and everything got topsy-turvy because you have to have everything off your floor in order to get the flooring changed out. So it was quite the experience. We're glad it's all over, and I ended up with a new craft space with changing everything out. We have one of our daughters, our youngest, got to come back and move in with us for her um, second to last year of college. And I got to move upstairs where there is a bedroom available to me, and it's got a nice setup. And I'm going to have to do a room tour soon. So I printed off these lovely 2 by 3 photos, and you can see I have 9 of them. I start off with 10, and there's one off to the right there that's kind of the same, a similar picture of the hallway. So I just got rid of that one so I'd have this nice grid. I am backing it with this black cardstock. I use the Project Life app, which is free, to make 4 2 by 3 photos on a one 4 by 6 photo. And then I use my Epson PictureMate 400 to print off. Now the Epson PictureMate sometimes will do it a little wonky, so your picture won't be exactly 2 by 3. So that's where I'm doing now is kind of going off and making sure that basically that each one of them is the same width, and then making sure each row is the same height. And like I said, Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee here on YouTube, as well as her Facebook group, is having this 12 Days of Christmas, the Reindeer Games. There's prizes and giveaways and fun and games and all sorts of things. So go check out her Facebook group. I will have that listed below as well as her YouTube group. And there will also be, did I just say YouTube group and YouTube group? YouTube group and Facebook group. And there is also going to be a playlist where you can see everyone that's playing along. I hope to play along with all 12 days. I cannot make that promise. I am taking um, another little trip out of the state, so we'll see how far I get, but I'm going to try my best. I also have another layout up on my YouTube channel today. I do have a double page layout for the Stick It Down design team, so be watching for that. And with these two, well, yeah, with these two layouts, the 3 pages, I am completing more pages in July of 2024. So slowly working my way through, still working on my hiking photos from June of 24, but slowly making it my way through 24. Um, I was hoping to be further before we got to 2026, but we will have to see. With December being a busy month, it'll be interesting to see how much I get done. I went into my stash and looked through all my wood grain paper. I have them all um, stacked together, and I had some that were really light, like white, and I had some that were dark. This is the one that got closest to my actual floor. This looks like a barnwood though, and my floor is definitely not that. So going with this, and I really like the way the black mat looks with the wood grain here. Now I'm looking for my metal. You can see I have some paper clips on the right hand side. I've got some star brads. There's an arrow. What else do I have over there? I might even have a hinge. Oh, so that's what I'm working with right now. I'm working with a hinge. And I thought, floors, hardware, that was a good one. So it's kind of crooked on the top. That doesn't bother me in the least bit. It's kind of, like you'd hope that if you're installing this in your home, it might be straight, but That's okay. I'm going to take that arrow because that's a fun piece. I only have the one silver arrow. I do have a couple different colors like a antique brass and um, maybe a coppery one, but grab the one silver one. I'm going to adhere the pictures down, and then I'm going to go into my stash. I go into my black um, color box and I find out this cut file, and I obviously I had used part of it on a different page. So I'm like, okay, this has nothing to do with flooring, but I really like the black with the wood. It just gives it another fun bit of interest. So I'm going to use that in stars. The stars can work with any page. So I'm going to take out my liquid glue and I'm gonna kind of glue the ends here. This has been in my stash for a bit, so some of the ends are kind of bent a little bit, but with just a little bit of glue and pressing them down, that'll straighten this right out. I have also been working on my Christmas photo or Christmas layouts from last year, from 2024, and those aren't finished either. But with doing Christmas in almost every month I think I did. I've gotten quite a bit of those done. So, but you might see some more Christmas layouts this month as well. I'm really kind of excited and having fun with doing the hiking pages, so that's kind of been my priority lately. So here you can tell I have this it's not ribbon, it's kind of a fiber, but it's got like a measuring tape on it. And that's something else I found when I got into my color box. And here I have a buckle that's silver, so another piece of metal. It's all coming together now. I'm pretty super excited. I do, with this buckle, just take my scissors and take the tines right off. It is a brad, but now it's going to be just a buckle. And I will lace that tape measure fiber right through that buckle. And I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the ends and tuck it underneath the cardstock there, and that'll hold it there. I have a little container of foam um, stickers that are titles. So once I get this adhered down, I'm going to go into my titles and I'm going to pull out a little sheet of Citrus Twist foam titles, and I'm going to pick one from there. Prior to putting this flooring in, let's see, on the upstairs in the master bedroom, there was like a white carpeting that was no longer white, and in the basement there was just a kind of a cheap carpeting that needed to go. So my title is going to be Loving This because it was just such a big change. It lightened everything up. It cleaned everything up. We really love it. So Loving This is the perfect title. Now, I know I have this lovely spot there, and then I figured I'm just gonna go over you can see the picture there. I thought I was gonna be able to fit this right into that spot there, and if I had moved the H and probably the I over as well, the S would have had a little bit more room, but these letters stick really well into those photos, and there was no moving them. So I do kind of lean the S in a little bit. It's still readable. And then underneath Loving This, I'm going to put a little arrow. Um, I'm kind of covering up. There's the one of the guys and one of the installers was vacuuming up the floor, and with the this and the arrow, it kind of covered him up, and yet you can still see what's going on in the picture. So. I know I want a journaling spot. I do have more photos that I can use to do a companion page, but I did want I don't want to say a substantial, but I wanted enough room to do some journaling. This was actually pretty stressful on us. We had one daughter that was getting ready to move home. We had one daughter that was going to be moving out, wasn't moving out yet. I was taking over her bedroom. She was getting in another space. There was just and when you move stuff around in your house, it was moved to a temporary space because we were, you know, moving stuff from the basement up to the second floor, but we couldn't move it up to the second floor because it was getting the flooring in. So then it had to sit in the dining room, and it was pretty much a nightmare. It was hard to find anything. So I just want to put all my thoughts on paper and journal that. So which I will do. I have these star brads, and once I figured out, oh my gosh, I have this star cut file, The star brads are going right into the spots where there's stars on the cut file. And you can see that I found this tag that I'm using for my journaling, and it's got a nice spot for journaling. If I want, I can put another one of those foam arrows on. And then I did take that same um, ruler fiber stuff and uh, put that through the tag hole. And once I am done putting the star brads on, I will take some of those clips that are off to the right hand side and finish off the page with some of those. So make sure you come back every day, the first 12 days, to the playlist to see what everybody is doing, and then play along with Shannon and see what kind of game she's got going. And like I said, these clips are the last thing that I will do to this layout. So I've got one on the tag. I did think about gluing one in the middle of that circle. I did not. I'll have one up there on that photo there. And then one more goes, I think it's on the left-hand side. Let's see if I, oh, nope, one more on the tag. And that'll complete my layout for today. So until next time, crafting makes my heart happy. I hope you find what makes your heart happy too.